Now, for those of you who don't know me, and I suspect there's a few, my name is Bill Hogg, and I am your MC for this evening. And unfortunately, there's not much you can do about that. There'll be no voting me off the stage, so you may as well just sit back, relax, and enjoy it. And the way I see it is that tonight we each have a job to do. My job is to talk, and your job is to listen. Now, the problem is that my challenge is that I have to stop talking before you stop listening. So we'll see how well we do at the end of the evening. Now, the theme for tonight, for this year, is the magic of business. And I don't know anything about magic, but I do know that being successful in business or in magic takes hard work, attention to detail, and the ability to create an experience that leaves people wanting more. Now, I'll tell you, a few years ago I was in Las Vegas, and I was at a show that included a magic act. And the grand finale was they brought out a car, a big, bright, shiny DeLorean, and the goal was to make this car disappear. Well, they draped this beautiful, shiny car with this white cloth, the lights were shining on it, and the magician or the illusionist, with great flourish and fanfare, grabs that white cloth and yanks it off. And there was this enormous, actually it was bigger than, it was thunderous, the amount of applause. This person got a standing ovation. I am sure he thought that he had absolutely hit the pinnacle of his career. Unfortunately, the illusion had not gone quite as planned. And when the white cloth came off, the entire car was covered with a black cloth. So with the bright lights, when you looked at it, the people in the audience couldn't see it. The problem is when he pulled the cloth, a little bit of the black cloth came up, and so there was this floating front end of a car just sitting there. So that's where he kind of blew it, and that's what got him that thunderous applause. So anyway, great businesses, as you know, and the people sitting in this room know, it's not built on an illusion. They're built on that hard work I talked about, built on great customer service, compelling products or services which are valued in our community. And when a business does it right, then it feels like magic to their customers. And the businesses that we are honoring tonight are no illusion. They create real magic in this community. Now, if you live and work in Aurora, then you know how fortunate you are to call this tight-knit community your home. I moved to Aurora in 1992, and I joined the Aurora Chamber in 1998, which means that next year will be my 20-year anniversary. How many people here have been a member for 20 years or getting close to 20 years? So as I mentioned earlier, I like to think I know most people in this room, but I wouldn't be a very good business person if I didn't take this opportunity to network myself. So if we haven't met, please say hello and give me your business card. And if you're really lucky, I'll put you on my mailing list. Now, typically my business takes me outside of my home community. As a leadership consultant, professional speaker, I've been privileged to work with clients and speak with folks as far away as New Zealand and Australia. Yet this is the very first time that I've had the opportunity to address a business audience in my own community. So I got to be honest with you, I'm a little bit nervous. And I'm particularly nervous because I'm not sure what the last MC did, because they didn't have a Chamber Awards for 5 years. So I'm concerned that if I screw up, the Chamber might not have another one for 5 years. So someone advised me that I should have a glass of vodka up here, and I would take a sip from time to time to just kind of take that edge off. But I'm concerned that I might forget, and when I'm thirsty, I'll toss the whole thing back. But thanks for sending this up to me, by the way. Now, nerves aside, this is... Who shut me off? Oh, there we go. Nerves aside, it's truly an honor to be celebrating. And the truth is, I love my job, but then what's not to like? As a professional speaker, usually I get introduced, and when I walk up on the stage, I get greeted with a round of applause. Now, how many of you folks would like to start every one of your days walking into your place of work to a round of applause? Pretty sweet, wouldn't it be? I must confess, though, That'd be pretty nice, right? It is what happens. Well, very good. Now, I must admit, I work at home, and when I come downstairs in the morning, I certainly don't get that greeting from my wife and children. Now, as a leader of an organization, you know how important it is to set the tone for your team every day when you show up to work. Setting a tone or creating a culture at their organization is one of the key contributing factors that has allowed the people we are recognizing tonight to be successful. I'm reminded of a friend and mentor I worked with when he was the CEO of a very large organization. And he worked in downtown Toronto, and if you've ever been in downtown Toronto, you know morning traffic is terrible. So he would like to come in early and beat the traffic. And typically he would get in the office, he would be one of the first to arrive, he would go into the kitchen and he would make some coffee, and while he was waiting for the coffee to be made, he would empty the dishwasher. And this is the CEO of the organization. So here's what would happen. People, as they would come in the morning to pick up their coffee, they would run into Bob. And as you can appreciate, Bob's emptying the dishwasher, waiting for the coffee. They would jump in and they would help to empty the dishwasher. Now, I don't know about you, but in every organization that I've worked in, the coffee cups magically seem to get into the dishwasher, but they never seem to get out of the dishwasher. What people do is they actually come in the morning, right, and you just take your favorite cup out of the dishwasher. I've been in some organizations where someone has left 2 to 3 years ago and their coffee cup is still in that dishwasher getting it washed. Anyway, so back to Bob. He would talk to people whenever they would come in. And so what happened is that people very quickly realized that if they wanted to get a couple minutes with Bob, all they had to do was come in early, help clean the dishwasher, have a coffee, and they could have a conversation with him. Now, this did a few things in this organization. First of all, the dishwasher got emptied. And that in and of itself is a remarkable achievement. But more importantly, by this simple action, Bob set the tone for the entire organization. He let people know he was approachable. He let them know that he was prepared to do whatever it took to move the organization forward, even if it was something as potentially insignificant as a dishwasher. Now, the interesting thing about Bob is that a number of years later, I went to write an article about this particular story, and I sent it to him. And his response back to me was, "I wish I was that smart." Bob was just being Bob. He was being genuine. He was being very authentic. And that's what I'm seeing when I hear about the kind of people that we are recognizing tonight. People who are being authentic, who are leading their organizations, who are behaving in such a way that they are setting a standard for people within their organization to be mentored and to model. And one of the things about being involved in something like the Chamber is you have the opportunity to just look to the person beside you, look to the table beside you, and you can meet somebody who's just like you. It's facing many of the same challenges, different business for sure, but they're facing the same challenges. So this is a great opportunity for you to network and meet with people, and that's one of the values of being a member of the Aurora Chamber of Commerce. So, speaking of leaders, I'd now like to introduce and welcome George Hughes, who's chair of the board of directors of the Aurora Chamber of Commerce and owner of Lifestyle Oasis, to come up and say a few words and bring us greetings.
First of all, I want to thank Bill Hogg for volunteering his time to be the MC. And volunteering your time to be the MC doesn't mean you just step up here and tell a few good stories. He has committed a lot of time and a lot of effort to put this together. So thank you very much, Bill. On behalf of the Board of Directors for the Aurora Chamber of Commerce, I'd like to welcome everybody here to the Business Excellence Awards. And we have current members of the board, which are all volunteers, all members that serve Aurora's community, and they spend a lot of time volunteering. And I'd like to recognize the members that are here, the board members that are here. And we have, and they please stand up, Deborah Wilson, Carolyn Bale, Marcos Polano, Kelly Stacy, Twee Lamb, Al Wilson, and Java Khan. So, as Bill said, I am the owner of Lifestyle Oasis. We are a window and door replacement company and a 3-season sunroom company. And a lot of people in small business like to think that they're defined by the small business that they're in. And I've been doing this for about 14 years. Well, that doesn't define me. So, firstly, I am a husband. I am a husband and very fortunate to have the love and support and the friendship of my wife, Kathleen, for the past 39 years. I'm also the proud father of 3 adult children who have post-secondary education. They own their own house, and they're very happy members of our community. And I'm also lucky enough to be the granddad of 3 grandchildren. That's who I am. That's what defines me. So I do run and own Lifestyle Windows, and it's a small business that helps people do home improvements in Aurora and Newmarket. And we do this by making people happy. I don't make anything, but I do make people happy. But that's not my job. My real job is that I gainfully employ 10 people. That's my real job. I give these people a reason to contribute. I give them a reason to get up, and I make them feel special, and they work hard, and they provide for me great customer service, and they make my customers happy. And if they make my customers happy, hopefully the customers pay me. And then hopefully I can bring a little money home to my family, which is like the full circle. So running your business, as Bill says, is not magic. It's a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of patience from your family members to endure long hours and financial commitments that you're making. So this celebration of excellence is very important to me because it's an opportunity to be recognized by peers. When you're working for another company or working for the man, as I like to say, if you do a good job, you get some praise. Maybe some other things if you don't do a good job. But there's no better compliment for a small business or for any business than getting recognition from your peers, like we're going to get today. So it's a way of providing peer recognition, which doesn't happen when you're the owner, and it doesn't happen when you work those long hours as a small business entrepreneur. So that's what this award ceremony is and how important it is to me. So running the chamber is not an easy task. There's a lot of volunteer hours, as I mentioned to you, and we're lucky to be guided by Sandra Ferry, who is our new executive director. And I say we are very lucky to have Sandra with us because she brings many years of corporate experience. She has run her own small business, and she is very dedicated in her task of being the executive director for the chamber. So, without further ado, Sandra.
And I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight to celebrate business in Aurora. I'm a newbie to Aurora. In fact, today is my 1-month anniversary with the Aurora Chamber of Commerce. So it's a big day for me too. But I have to say, the last month that I've been here, I've spent a lot of time out in the community. I've had a lot of discussions with members. I've met with our political people. I have had lots of conversations with them, good conversations. And I've gotten to know some of the nonprofit organizations that work in Aurora. And it's been a really good experience. What I find is a really strong business community that believes in the chamber and wants to have a strong community in business. And they want to support each other, not only supporting each other's businesses, but also helping people be successful. And in my view, that's what the chamber is all about. And every small business, medium business, large business, they all have different needs. And I guess the challenge for us is really, how do we add value to those businesses? How do we support them in their quest to do well in their businesses? And that's really what my conversations have been about with people. And I have some ideas. I think we have some ideas. We started to have meetings with the staff members, with the board of directors, with lots of volunteers who serve on our committees. And the one question that we always ask ourselves as we start down a road is, what value does what we're doing offer our members? And different people will need different things, and we're going to try our best to do things that will add value to everyone's business. So I'm going to encourage you to continue the conversation with me. I really want to hear from everyone, and we will do our best to support you in any way we can. So before we move on with the evening, I just do want to introduce our staff from the office. So we have Lori Butkus-Hill. She is the Member Relations Ambassador. Crystal Walsh is our Marketing and Communications Specialist. Crystal's leaving us in a couple of months for about a year to add to her family. Nancy Lemkel is our part-time bookkeeper. And our events manager and driving force behind most of our events is Sandra Watson. Let's give them a nice round of applause. They've done a lot of work. Anyways, enjoy your evening. I'm going to turn it back to Bill. Thank you.
In addition to the folks you've already met, we have a number of special guests with us here this evening. And I'm going to ask that you hold your applause until they've all been introduced, because politicians thrive on applause. Kicking it off for us is Kyle Peterson, MP from Newmarket, Aurora, representing, you can give a wave though, Kyle, give you a wave. Hold the applause, hold the applause. It's hard. I know, it's hard, it's very hard. But try, Steve, just control yourself. Representing Chris Ballard, MPP from Newmarket, Aurora, is Kathy Gatt. Kathy is here. Just snuck a couple in there, right? All right, it's a test. Let's see how you do, Mayor Daw. Jeff Daw is here. Oh, staff was there, you know. And then we have a group of councillors here. We have John Abel, we have Michael Thompson, we have Tom Marakis, and we have Paul Peary here today. So big round of applause for everybody for making time out of the night. Where's Sandra Humphreys? On the phone. On the phone. See, I looked, I saw 2 empty seats, so I just put little lines through those names. So you let Sandra know, line through her name. Bad timing. Now, for those of you who, who are interested in politics, I should just mention that both of the current mayors of Newmarket and Aurora were first board chairs at the respective chambers. So if you do have politics in mind, getting involved in the chamber might not be a bad thing to start with. Speaking of past Aurora Chamber participants, we have some past presidents. Javed Khan is here. Paul Smith, or give a wave, Javed. We want to know where you're there. Where's Paul Smith? All right, I was going to mark you away. Robin Taylor Smith, I saw Robin. There's Robin over there. Of course, Jeff is, as I mentioned, previous president. Kathy Van Nostrand. Where is she? There she is. And she's come down to visit us, haven't you, tonight? Because you don't live here anymore, do you? Do you? I thought you'd moved north. Oh, man. I heard you were living the high life at a cottage up north all the time. So I shouldn't be offended I haven't been invited then. Okay, Sharon Culver. Is Sharon here? Where is she? There's Sharon back there. And Brian North. Brian North. Oh. Big round of applause for everybody that's passed. And you know, it's tough getting work as an MC in this community. I don't know if you know that, because Tim Jones usually steals all the good gigs. So I appreciate the fact that you've given me this one. I mean, you know, I'm hoping you'll get old quick so that I can get some more work around here. The Business Awards dinner, of course, and events of this caliber would not be possible without the support of our sponsors. You see them on the wall, but I'll just introduce them. BDC, the Business Development Bank of Canada, Magna, Bell Canada, TD Bank, and a special thank you to our premier sponsor, the town of Aurora. Of course, Councillor Marakis pointed out to me tonight that that's actually us, right? It's our taxes. So give yourself a big round of applause for sponsoring this event and for all of our sponsors. Thank you very much. And now I would like to invite Mayor Jeff Daw to come and say a few words. And just remember, Jeff, I get the mic back.
It's always the challenge coming up after Bill, because he does get the mic back. Now, some of you may know that Bill was a councillor, so he is well familiar with, you have to listen because he's speaking. Bill very kindly introduced our members of council. I'd like to introduce our members of staff that are here. First of all, we have Doug Nader-Rosny, our new CEO. Well, I guess, no, we can't play the new card anymore, can we, Doug? No more new cards for Doug. Marco Ramuno, our Director of Planning and Development Services. Anthony Rulo, the Manager of Long Range and Strategic Planning. We have Mike Logue, who is in Anthony's department as well, and he actually does all the work for Anthony. Nick Kazikoff. Nick, some of you have met Nick. Nick is our new Economic Development Officer and has been out visiting many of the businesses. And if we haven't been out to see you yet, don't hesitate to get in touch with him. He is tasked specifically with getting out and visiting, finding out, yes, indeed, we are from the government and we are here to try and help you. And we have Fausto Filippato. Fausto is our Senior Policy Planner. And for those of you who are aware or familiar with the Promenade Plan, Fausto was heavily involved in putting the Promenade Plan together. It's a great document that we're looking at moving forward on. It is a real treat for me to be here back at the Business Achievement Awards, or the Business Excellence Awards as they're being called now. I had a lot of fun when I was involved in the chamber. I was at one point, as a business owner in Aurora, I was nominated for the awards. When I was on the chamber board, I was on the nominating committee, I was on the selection committee. There's an incredible amount of work that goes into this evening to put it together, not just from organizing the event, but from doing all the work to nominating, to selecting, to putting that all together. So a big thank you to everyone in the chamber who has been involved in it. It's a ton of work. Thank you so much for letting me do. This is a great opportunity for us to recognize our businesses. I have an incredible opportunity. I live and work in Aurora. I have a 7-minute commute from my house to the office. I don't know many people that have that advantage. If you have that advantage, good on you. And it's a fabulous thing. And I look for any opportunity that we can enhance that. So if you have ideas, if you have any thoughts as to how we can move business in Aurora forward, how we can make business better for you, do not hesitate to get in touch with us. We are open for business. Thank you very much for coming out. Thank you to the Chamber for organizing tonight, and I'm really looking forward to the winners of the awards.
So here's how it's going to work, just so you know what's coming. As you know, we have a lot of very outstanding businesses in the town of Aurora, and so we're delighted to have the opportunity to acknowledge and recognize many of them this evening. Of course, unfortunately, everybody cannot win, so we will have some wonderful winners. But each one of the finalists has done a video with a little bit about their business. So you'll get an opportunity to meet each one of the finalists a little bit. And I just want to remind you, I mean, one of the great things, and as I've been sort of wandering around myself, I've noticed a lot of people walking around, and hopefully you've met someone new. How many people here have actually taken the opportunity to meet someone new that they have never met before? So that is why, one of the big reasons why you would join something like the Aurora Chamber of Commerce is so that you have the opportunity. And did you meet some people that maybe you'll be able to do a little networking, hopefully, over the next little while, and maybe pick up a tip or two, I hope? Yes? So as I say, each of the finalists will be recognized by a video. But before we get started, I'd like to acknowledge and thank the Business Excellence Awards Committee and the independent judging panel that has arrived at these winners. And we truly do appreciate all of the time and energy that the volunteers have put in. How many people here were at the Canada 150 Awards on Tuesday night? Well, we had a great evening here in Aurora and Newmarket on Tuesday night, where 150 of the volunteers from our community were recognized, and I think it's just as important to make sure that the good folks in the business community are recognized as well. And so that's one of the key reasons why the Business Excellence Awards has come back to Aurora. So the BEA committee members, Amanda Schubert from Tree Frog, Javed Khan from Impression, a marketing services company, Sandra Watson from the Aurora Chamber of Commerce, Stuart McClellan from Almac Industrial Systems, Twee Lamb from Falcon Lamb Financial, and Vern Cunningham. We didn't have a description of Vern because he's indescribable. He said he was a bon vivant and Renaissance man. That's just Vern. And our two co-chairs were Nikki Pett from Sigma Promotions and Rosalind Gonzalez. Now, when I joined in, what year was it, Rosalind? 1998? Were you the executive director back then?
I've been the executive director from 1985 to 2006.
So there you go. Rosalind Gonzalez is an honorary member, which means that she doesn't have to pay dues. So that's pretty cool. And I hope to get there someday. If I stay around long enough, maybe I will. But Rosalind was one of the first leaders of this chamber, and so we're delighted that she continues to stay involved with us and continues to share her leadership and experience from her time as a former executive director. So thank you very much, Rosalind. Now, the awards judging committee is made up of a long list of folks, and I just want to quickly go through them as well because each of them took the time to review the submissions and interview the nominees, and so there was a considerable amount of time put together for this, and there's a lot of pressure because, you know, when you're identifying one business that, you know, over and above another business, I mean, you want to make sure you get it right. You want to make sure you do your due diligence. So these people really carried that mantle of responsibility very well. So we have another honorary member. That would be Brian North. We have Deborah Jardine from BDC, Eric McCartney from Century 21 Heritage Group, Glenn Haywood from Comport Communications International, Ian Johnson from Johnson Financial Group, Jack Lorien from the Lorien Law Office, Jill Foster from the Aurora Public Library, Joel Sussman from Vaccine Choice Canada, Lisa Cook from Hub International Limited, Michael Campagnola from Summers & Smith Cooling and Heating, Patricia Greco from TD Wealth Private Investment Advice, Paul Smith from Paul Smith Creative Design Services, Robin Taylor Smith, the Partnership Network, and Tom Beck from Beck Financial Solutions. Would those people just stand so we can acknowledge them with a round of applause, please? So this was a very serious committee. As you can see, they're very serious people there. And let me just walk you through the judging process. First of all, nominations were solicited from the community. Then the nominees were invited to respond to a detailed questionnaire where they provided all of the background and information that allowed the judges to assess them. Then based on that questionnaire, the independent judging panel developed a list of finalists who were then interviewed by the panel of judges. Then the judges got together to review the nominees, and then using a grading system, each judge independently scored the candidates, and the eventual winner was determined by the highest score. The winning nominees were then submitted to the chamber, and of course, the judges' panel's decision remains confidential, independent, and without external influence. Right. Now, I should mention that although I was not privy to this rigorous judging process, for those who are applying in future years, I offer the following tip. I recently read that there are medicinal properties in wine and chocolate, which contribute significantly to the clarity of thought and decision making. So that's something you might think about when you submit your questionnaire next year. Just saying. Now, when the winners are introduced, I would invite the winners to say a few words, and then they will have the opportunity to have their pictures taken for future posterity in front of this beautiful poster we've developed here. But before I start, I'd like to recognize Steve Mitchell of Genmark Digital Media for producing all of the videos you see of each nominee. And where's Steve? Steve is over there in the corner giving us a good wave. And so obviously he's providing video and sound support throughout the evening. So you guys ready? Want to hear another story? No. All right. Just thought I'd ask. So first of all, I'd like to invite Deborah Jardine. I hope I got that name right, by the way. Is Deborah here? I did that okay. Come on up. She is the Business Center Manager from BDC to present the New Business Venture Award. This award recognizes a new business with a long-range vision that has exhibited entrepreneurial initiative, excellence in customer service, and a unique product or service. The finalists in this category are Artistica Ballroom Dance Studio, Athletify, and Simply Yummy Bakery. And so if you draw your attention to the screens at either end, you will see the 3 videos after which we'll announce the winner.
Hi, I'm Kelly Stacy from Artistica Ballroom Dance Studio located in Aurora. We have been in business for 3 years and we teach adult ballroom dance lessons. One of the things that led us to come to Aurora was the fact that we wanted to give back to the community as much as possible. We love Aurora so much.
What we really do here is so much more than just teaching private lessons. We have group classes, we have a social every Friday night, but more than that, we have a family here. And what we do is we're preparing people for dancing in the real world, for social events, for being able to go out and feel comfortable and feel confident.
We would also love to thank the Chamber for the nomination. We're very, very honored to be a part of the Chamber and to be a part of this amazing event. We would also love to say all the congratulations to all the other nominees.
Thank you!
Thank you!
Thank you!
My name is Scott Dunn, and I'm a physiotherapist that specializes in sport and orthopedic physical therapy. My business is a regular physiotherapy clinic that caters to the active population. What sets me apart from other physiotherapy businesses is my golf-specific side of the business. It focuses on golf performance, therapy, and injury prevention. What has contributed to my success so far is the support of my family and the word-of-mouth referrals from people who are happy with the service that they get here. This nomination process has been great. It's been giving me the opportunity to look at my business from a different perspective. It's also given me the opportunity to meet other people I otherwise wouldn't have met. So thank you very much for this opportunity.
My name is Megan Flynn and I am the owner of Simply Yummy Bakery. I opened my bakery on October 2nd, 2010. I was on Yonge Street for 5 years, and in 2015 I moved to a new location which is much larger and is just off of Englehart. I specialize in custom wedding cakes and special occasion cakes. I believe what sets me apart from other bakeries is my determination to understand what a customer is looking for. I take my time to sit with them and chat about exactly what they're looking for in their cake. Almost all my recipes are my grandmother's, and I feel like that really adds something special to my bakery. Simply Yummy Bakery is open from Tuesday to Saturday. You can find more information about the store at www.simplyyummybakery.ca. You can also find photos and other details on Instagram and Facebook. I would also like to thank the Aurora Chamber of Commerce for this opportunity.
The new Business Venture Award goes to Artistica Ballroom. Don't fall.
Thank you so much. All right, well,
We don't need a microphone.
yeah, I guess not. I mean, it's truly an honor just to be represented here, to be a part of this event, to be a part of the community. We thank the chairs, Nikki and Rosalind, for putting this all together, and of course to the board. We're so grateful to be a part of this community. It's kind of by chance in a way that we even ended up here. 3.5 years ago, we sat in a basement apartment and mapped all of our clients on a map of the greater Aurora area and basically set up a 10-kilometer radius with a string that centered right somewhere in between Vada Court and Industrial Parkway South. And a couple years later, we opened our doors at 305 Industrial Parkway South, and we couldn't be more thrilled to be a part of such a great community, and to be recognized here with so many amazing people that we now call friends is an absolute honor. So, thank you all.
Our next award is for community involvement. And I'm going to ask Steve Hinder, Manager of Community Relations from Magna for Community, to make his way to the stage to present this award. This award recognizes a business that promotes volunteerism and fundraising and shows a strong commitment to giving back through participation in business or community organizations or charitable events. The finalists in this category are Apple Self-Storage, MR Menswear, and Remax Hallmark Lind Group Realty.
My name is David Allen, and I'm the Business Development Manager at Apple Self Storage and Apple Suites.
And for me, I'm Douglas, and I also work here too, as the assistant.
Apple Self Storage is a family-owned and operated self-storage operator, and we have 30 facilities in Ontario, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia. And we also operate Apple Suites, which is it's a flexible office space, flexible executive office space. We operate 2 facilities in Aurora and Oakville. In this particular location, we have 24 suites that we rent out to a variety of people, and whether it's lawyers or accountants and anyone who just needs office space, as well as virtual tenants. So anyone who just wants access to boardroom space and addresses and phone numbers and those kinds of things. So thank you so much for the nomination. We really appreciate it.
Yep.
And feel free to come by and check out our space in person, or go to our website applesuites.ca or applestorage.com.
Yeah, 16 Industrial Parkway.
16 Industrial Parkway.
Hi, I'm Mike Rathke. I'm the owner of MR Menswear, and we are located at 15117 Yonge Street in Aurora. We've been here just under 4 years and really enjoying it here. We carry all kinds of collections, right from your clothing necessities. We carry Jack Victor, Empire. Those are two collections made in Montreal. And right down to the casual wear, we carry Alberto, 34 Heritage in the jeans. We carry all kinds of different collections in our sport shirts, including Bugatti, Eterna, great collections. It's an honor to have been nominated for this award. I appreciate it. Thank you.
If you don't know of me and my company, my advertising just isn't working. I'm Leonard Lind, and I own RE/MAX Hallmark Lind Group Realty. My team and I have successfully provided real estate services for the past 27 years in Aurora and the surrounding areas. I own the first mini RE/MAX franchise in Canada, and I'm the only realtor in Canada to have achieved the coveted global recognition for quality service, ISO 9001-2008. I, along with my team, strive to maintain my motto of service with professionalism, which we practice daily. We are extremely grateful to the Chamber of Commerce to be recognized as a finalist for this award for my support of the community. I truly believe in giving back to the community and its organizations. My financial support and personal time commitments are a small gesture of thanks, but it is the community and its organizations who do so much to make Aurora a better place to live and work that really deserve this award.
It is absolutely my privilege and honor to be here to present this award, and we are so fortunate to live and work in such a great community where people give back. You know, we have some tremendous business organizations that do great work in the community, all of you, frankly, and it's what makes our town such an incredible place to live. So a hand for all the nominees. Come on. And the winner of this award is MR Menswear.
What an honor. Thank you so very, very much.
The mic
This means a lot. Thank you.
Our third award is the Nonprofit of the Year. And on behalf of Bell Canada, I'd like to invite Javed Khan, past chair of the Aurora Chamber of Commerce and founder of Impression, to come to the stage to present this award. The award celebrates the valuable contributions nonprofit organizations make to the community of Aurora and York Region and recognizes outstanding leadership in economic, social, charitable, or environmental activities. The finalists in this category are CHATS, Community and Home Assistance to Seniors, Hope House Community Hospice, formerly known as Hospice Aurora King, and the ABLE Network.
Hi, my name is Barb Allen and I'm the Executive Director at the ABLE Network here in Aurora. We are a community-based program that supports adults with intellectual disabilities as they participate in their community in 5 core programs, which are paid and unpaid work experience, transit training. We teach everybody how to get around town on the bus or as a pedestrian safely. Recreation, we work out at the Aurora Leisure Complex. Volunteering, we volunteer in many different places in town, and literacy, some functional literacy that takes place here as well. So thank you, Aurora, for being such an inclusive town and a great role model for other towns, and helping our participants to create a more civil society through inclusion.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Christina Bizanz. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of CHATS, Community and Home Assistance to Seniors. We're one of the largest community support agencies in York Region and South Simcoe, delivering high-quality care and services to older adults and their caregivers to enable them to live independently, safely, and well in our community. CHATS is an innovative and valued partner in the healthcare system, and we're often sought after by research organizations and institutions to provide support in identifying accessibility gaps and ways in which service might be improved to enable seniors to live longer in their own homes. We're also a pilot site for some innovative healthcare technology products that are designed to support that independent living and improved care for seniors. CHAT started in 1980 by a small group of community members who felt that there was an opportunity to provide some supports to enable people to stay in their own homes. We're certainly one of the largest not-for-profit organizations in Aurora, and we're delighted to be nominated as a finalist in the 2017 Aurora Chamber of Commerce Business Excellence Awards. Thank you very much.
My name is Heidi Bonner. I'm the Executive Director of Hope House Community Hospice, formerly known as Hospice King Aurora Richmond Hill. And we've been in the community for almost 35 years, providing support, compassionate support and care to those diagnosed with a life-threatening illness, to their family members, and also to those that are dealing with the death of a loved one. We have a variety of programs that are available both in the client's home and here on site. We offer wellness programs such as yoga, meditation, one-to-one therapies like Reiki reflexology, all in a hope to help people on their healing journeys. The programs are all open to people diagnosed with a life-threatening illness, people that are end of life, also open to the caregivers, the family caregivers, and those that are bereaved. We are extremely excited to be nominated for Nonprofit of the Year with the Aurora Chamber of Commerce, and I'm very much looking forward to the ceremony.
Very honored to be presenting this on behalf of our friends at Bell. The Nonprofit of the Year award goes to CHATS. Thank you very much. All right, you
First of all, thank you so much for this award. It means more than you know to us. We are an Aurora-based organization, and although we serve all of York Region and South Simcoe, providing care and services to over 8,100 clients, our home and our base is right here in Aurora. And as one of the largest not-for-profit employers, we're also very much part of the community, participating in the annual Aurora Street Festival, Santa Claus Parade, anything that we can do to really be part of this community because it is our home. And this is just wonderful, and particularly so because we've only got a little bit more time that this wonderful gentleman is going to be part of our organization on a day-to-day basis. And anyway, thank you so much to the Aurora Chamber of Commerce and to all of you. We're just delighted to receive this award. Thank you.
All right, we've got a couple more awards here. The next one is the Trailblazer Award. Is Tim Brown here, the relationship manager from TD Bank? I'm going to invite Tim to the stage to present this award. And this award recognizes a business that demonstrates innovation and creativity within their industry by creating or developing new products or service offerings in response to emerging trends. The finalists in this category are Everyday Cooking with Sandra Cannock, And the second one is Food in Motion.
Hi everyone, I'm Sandra Katanik and welcome to my kitchen. My business is Everyday Cooking with Sandra Katanik, and my business is a 100% online business. I produce cooking shows, cooking videos, and recipe blogs, and I help people who are just very busy and overscheduled. My recipes are fast, easy, and simple, using whole ingredients and seasonal as much as possible. And I like to teach people how you can bring food back home and have good home-cooked meals. My philosophy is helping people bring the food back to the table, giving kitchen tips, how to organize your kitchen, how to purchase groceries economically, and just make everything simple and easy. Please follow me on my website, sandrakatanik.com, and all of my social media links are there. Thank you.
Food in Motion is a catering company located in Aurora that's servicing the GTA. We specialize in small functions to larger private events. One of the great things about Food in Motion is that we consult our menus with the customer on a daily basis. We don't specialize in any sort of specific cuisine, although we do have Mediterranean fundamentals. But we have the capabilities and a strong team where we can kind of trot the globe a little bit and put a lot of different flavors on the plate. So when we had the opportunity to open in Aurora, immediately we were rewarded with the benefits from meeting fantastic local community and building relationships with a lot of small businesses here, as well as local residents. Foodinmotion.ca is our website. You can learn on the website about who we are, what kind of food we create, as well as keep up to date with current events, as well as Instagram and Facebook.
TD is proud to continue our support of the Aurora Chamber and local businesses within the community, and the award goes to Food in Motion.
This comes as a big surprise. It's amazing the doors that open when you can actually make a good lasagna. We're blessed. We had immediate support from the chamber, from the town, and we really see the dividends paid from choosing Aurora as our home, and we look forward to continuing to work with everybody here. A lot of you have had the opportunity to try our food, but if you haven't, you can visit us, foodinmotion.ca, and please drop by anytime to introduce yourself. Okay, thank you very much.
Final two awards of the evening are the Business Excellence Awards. And I'm going to ask Mayor Daw to come forward while we look at the videos to present the Business Excellence Awards on behalf of the town of Aurora. As the award category suggests, the award recognizes business excellence, and there are two winners this year. Criteria included outstanding leadership, good business judgment, embracing technology, and to deliver a unique customer experience. Fierce competition in this particular category with more nominations than any other than the 6 that are being recognized. We had 12 nominations in this particular category. And the finalists in this category are the Aurora Family Martial Arts, Aurora Orthodontics, Carruthers Financial and Associates, Gem Healthcare Services, Snapped Aurora, and Whitehots Inks.
Hi, my name is Michael Cameron. I'm from Aurora Family Martial Arts. I'd like to thank everybody involved in the Chamber of Commerce and the Business Excellence Awards. It's an honor to be nominated. We've been in town now for 15 years, and the keys of our program have always been helping people build confidence and develop a healthy lifestyle. And we do that through martial arts and fitness. And our programs include martial arts for as young as 3, all the way up to people in their 70s. We offer a silver fitness program for mature adults and an amazing team leadership program. Again, thanks for nominating us, and I hope to see you by the school one day. Thank you.
My name is Dr. Ali Shojay. I'm an orthodontist. My goal is to provide the highest quality orthodontic care for my patients, and I believe I can do this by hiring excellent staff, being able to stay on top of my continuing education and the advances in the technology of our business. As well, I would like to know more about my patients and their needs. We truly care for them in our practice.
Hi, my name is Marie. I'm proud to be the manager at Aurora Orthodontics. We change people's lives.
Hi, I'm Alyssa. I'm the proud dental assistant at Aurora Orthodontics, and together we build self-confidence.
Hi, I'm Mara. I'm proud to be the laboratory technician at Aurora Orthodontics. We help people feel empowered.
Hi, I'm Sharon. I'm proud to be the receptionist at Aurora Orthodontics, and we build beautiful smiles.
Here's the story of a lovely man who was working with investments and insurance. He took care of clients, planning for their future, where others had begun. Here's the story of a lovely lady. She was working with employers and their staff. Together they decided to join forces, and Carruthers grew, till the one day that the business needed others, and they knew it could be much more than it was, that together they would be more than a business. That's the way we all became the Carruthers bunch. At Carruthers, we are more than a business. We are all about people. We help entrepreneurs protect themselves, their families, their business, and their employees so they can get back to their business and achieve more.
Hi, I'm Sue Bauer, owner of Gem Healthcare Services. We provide caring and compassionate caregivers for our local seniors. We address both the medical and non-medical needs through our dedicated team of more than 150 registered nurses, registered practical nurses, and personal support workers. Our personal support workers provide personal care, meal preparation, light housekeeping, and escorting to medical appointments. Our nurses will address the medical needs such as injections, monitoring, vitals, and foot care. Whether it is short-term, due to surgery and illness, or ongoing support, Gem is here to help. We answer the phones 24 hours a day, always available for our clients and employees. Our employees are passionate and dedicated in providing the best of care for our clients. We enjoy giving back to our community through our involvement in local charity events and our ongoing support for Southlake Foundation. We at Gem Healthcare Services are proud to be recognized for making a positive difference in the lives of our seniors and their families.
Hello, my name is Melanie Bell, co-owner publisher of Snapped Aurora.
Snapped Aurora is a free monthly publication and online community connector specializing in providing a non-political, friendly, and entertaining view of the community. We cover hyper-local events from business grand openings, charitable events to daily life. With positive photographs, videos, and events being published, shared by the community, we provide business with the reputational PR to showcase the initiatives that they have underway. SnapTix is our online event ticketing solution that helps people sell tickets online for their events. We have also created a new app for your smartphone that allows the community to share their images with us. We empower the community to contribute their own experience, which makes for more interesting and inclusive events. We pride ourselves on the development of a partnership that betters businesses and helps to stimulate both our reputations within the community. We are thrilled and honored to be nominated as a finalist for the Aurora Chamber of Commerce Business Excellence Awards. Thank you.
Welcome to Whitehots. My name is Sharon Culver. I'm the Chief Financial Officer of Whitehots, and you will hear from me. You will also hear from Edmund Salt, our President, and Russ Culver, our CEO. Whitehots, who are we? We are Canada's largest library vendor. We are also the matchmaker. We use technology and our expertise to communicate information from publisher to library and to the library customers.
From here, we ship about 30,000 books to libraries coast to coast, from St. John's, Newfoundland to Victoria and Vancouver Island, and everywhere in between.
And I wanted to introduce you to our cataloging and processing department. This is where the electronic records are produced and the books are prepared to go directly to the library shelves.
I have been asked what makes us stand out and different from our competitors. I can think of three things. One definitely is our culture. We've worked really hard to foster a very positive work environment. The second is our willingness to invest in new technology. The third thing is our ability to adapt to change. And I think those three things drive us forward.
It's my pleasure to Business Excellence Award #1. My pleasure to present this to Whitehots.
Just want to say thank you very much for this award. Thank you to the Chamber, for the judges, and for all the organisation that went into it. It is our 30th anniversary, so this is just a wonderful gift. We love being in Aurora. Ross and I both live in Aurora, and we've had our business in Aurora for about 28 years. So again, thank you so much.
And our second Business Excellence Awards is presented to Aurora Orthodontics.
Okay, one more. I gotta get that look here.
Thanks.
It is. Thanks, Marty. It is quite an honor, and I'm quite surprised actually. I didn't have a speech ready, but just wanted to say a few words. I've been in Aurora since 2006, and I'm truly honored and grateful for being part of this community. And me and my team have a lot of plans to be able to give back in various ways and touch other people's lives. So I wanted to thank everybody who's up here, because I'm just one person and I couldn't do anything without them. And also my lovely wife over there, she's my partner and best friend, and she's been through a lot with all the challenges of my work every day, and she's been very supportive, so thank you very much.
I just want to quickly wrap it up. I want to say thank you to everybody who came out. What a great evening. I don't know if you all felt it, but there's a real vibe and a real buzz in the room, and it's great to see. So we'll look forward to doing this again soon, next year maybe. Yeah. So have a great evening. I hope everybody enjoyed it, and I look forward to talking to all of you. Have a good night.